Seems getting anxious.
Okay. What I love best about Natty, her kind and compassionate heart that brings everyone together. What I love best about Nunno, his stern yet loving personality. You can tell what he's thinking by simply the look in his eyes. The funniest memory about Natty is when she would come stay in Montauk with me for the summer. We went food shopping one day and I asked Natty to buy me what she thought was lemonade, but what was really Mike's Hard Lemonade, an alcoholic beverage. You know me. Later that night when I was on the beach with my friends, my mother called me and said, "Lisa, what kind of lemonade did you give Natty to drink?" She called me telling me she can't feel her legs and they are shaking. The next morning, Natty asked me if we can go back to the store and get some more lemonade. My funniest memory about Nunno, when he told a teenage girl across the street that he would like to be under her bed sheets. My favorite memory about Nanny is when I was young and she would babysit me at my house in Whitestone. I went to go take a gallon of milk out of the refrigerator and it fell and spilled everywhere. My mother screamed, "Clean it up," and went back upstairs. I started to cry, surprise, really hard, and Nanny looked at me and said, "No fa niente," and then she looked upstairs to see if my mother was coming back down and finally said, "Let's clean this up before Mommy comes back down, I'm scared." My favorite memory about Nunno is when he was one of the first people to call me right after my car accident and wouldn't hesitate to drive 3 hours just to come get me. The biggest life lesson I learned from Nanny and Nunno is getting angry solves nothing and that worrying is wasted energy. My favorite trip Nanny ever took me was our trip to Italy. She showed me such a beautiful location to help me get a better understanding of our heritage. I met Annalisa and her family and was able to hang out with other teenagers my age and see how they live their lives in Italy. Nello and his family were so much fun to hang out with, and let's not forget when Nicolo asked me for my hand in marriage. Nanny has taught me about offering unconditional love and how to stay positive and be true to myself. Nunno has taught me about, you can complain about not having shoes, but then you'll meet somebody who doesn't have feet. When I think about Nunno, I think about a hardworking man who is at peace in his mind to see his children grow up, be successful, and have children of their own. When I think about Nanny, I think about a true angel living here on earth. My earliest memory of Nanny or Nunno is Christmas time in Astoria, opening presents under the Christmas tree and walking around in the backyard gazing up at the grapevines. My favorite story about when Nanny was young is when she told Nunno the only way she would marry him is if he fly to Italy on Christmas Day to see her. My favorite story about when Nunno was young is when he traveled to Italy on Christmas Day to ask for Nanny's hand in marriage. My mom reminds me of Nanny or Nunno when she instills the importance of education in me, analyzes my daily activities and how I can improve myself, and yet if we get into an argument the next day, my mom will be overly affectionate. Nanny is Italian in the way that she was always trying to get her grandchildren to eat. Her loyalty is to Nunno and her family, and her love is unconditional. Nunno is Italian in the way that he is the head of the house. His dark Italian skin, his tough, loving personality, and his big hands, which are perfect for bear hugs. My favorite holiday with Nanny and Nunno is Christmas because, as a family, we all sit around the dinner table and laugh all night as we joke about each other. I love you. Happy anniversary.